I got my 2000 Harley Davidson Road King. It's missing this little screw for the throttle. It's like your cruise control. You just screw it in and it holds the throttle. I don't believe that Harley came out with cruise control, like electronic cruise control, until about 07, 08. Here's the part number. This was the cheapest one that I could find. No aftermarket identical screws are the same, or are cheaper. Yeah. Got my T25 Torx bit here. There's one screw right here, and then there's one screw on top. Let's start with the one on top. Let's kind of add an angle there. Put that off to the side. Got this other one here. Might have to adjust the throttle cables to get them kind of out of our way. Alright, I'm sure you guys heard me drop my freaking screw, so that was fun finding, but you know. And then I'm gonna loosen up this throttle cable here. You'll probably end up having two of them. Brake assembly is going to have to be loosened a little bit, kind of bring it away from that. At least I do believe, yeah. Then, not to be able to pull this down enough to get that. Alright, this little throttle cable and this little brass piece, you don't want to lose this brass piece. Here, let me show you. This little brass, I don't know what it's called, ferrule or something like that. Don't want to lose that. That goes onto the ball of this throttle cable, and then it attaches to your actual throttle handle. All right, now there's this little plastic piece. It's kind of curved. Don't lose that either. And then, yeah, it looks like the old clip's just broken off in there. So I'm gonna clean my fingers because I got a little bit of grease on them, and grab the part. Alright, so I was wrong about which hole we're putting them in. It goes in that little hole right there, right in the center. Right there. And you want to get your little screw and put the spring in first, and then thread it in to that little hole. You gotta be careful not to strip it. It probably is already stripped. Maybe somebody yanked it out, who knows. Oh, there it goes. Okay, thread it in. You want to get it in fairly far because There's a little clip. This itty bitty little clip is gonna hold it in, and it's gonna go right on the end of that little, right there, on the end of that little nub. There's a little slot that you slide the little clip into. You guys are gonna watch me struggle for a second, and if I can't get it within a reasonable time, oh, actually I gotta get the old one out first. Old little clip. That can go right here. My new little clip. It's in there. So now I gotta throw this little piece back in. You see there's like a little hole that goes right on top of that little shaft of the throttle adjustment screw. I'm gonna let mine down a little bit. That way I won't be struggling to put it back together. I'll put this little ferrule back on. You don't want to lose this. I got some extra ones because obviously I've done this in the past, but this is your throttle screw. You're probably going to have 2 throttle cables, but I just have one because one of mine frayed and broke, and yeah, no, you don't need to. But I'm going to throw it back in. The little throttles hole here, right? That one down there. And it's gonna slide in there, and I'm gonna put it back together. Alright, I got it slid back in there. My throttle can turn. Put this back in here. It's not as hard as it may seem to some people. Just gotta get her all straight. My throttle back in adjustment. Make sure my brake is all the way back in to the correct height. Oh, there it goes. Make sure it moves how it's supposed to. Turns the throttle. Just opens the throttle. Your screws back in. Alright, I want this thing to be about the same height, a nice comfortable height. Same height as your brake lever is, your clutch lever, you know. And don't want to tighten them too much, strip them out. Get this nice and close to over here. Ah, come on now. Work with me. You always want to start your screws by hand as well. You don't want to strip them out. Cross thread them. Speaking of stripping, it'll be alright though. And see all that play and that throttle cable. You want that out of there. That's good enough. Throw that nut back on there. Tightened up. We'll see if it'll start. I doubt it, but maybe. Alright. I haven't started this thing in months. By the way, this thing's for sale in the Kansas City area if anybody wants it. I don't know. I think I'm asking $7 for it. Goodbye.